I need to see some ID. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now.
You asked me to come up here. You called my personal cell phone number. You can't tell me how you got it.
Wait. Now.
Have a seat.
Please, wait, I gotta breathe.
Okay,
Please, sir, let me breathe.
Sit down and breathe.
Let me breathe.
Cops are often regarded as the frontline guardians of law and order, entrusted with upholding justice and protecting citizens. However, there are cases when these law enforcement officers mistakenly arrest an FBI agent, starting with a case of an ATF agent who was arrested by Ohio police. James Burke, Columbus, Ohio. July 7, 2020. This all began when James Burke, an agent with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, was retrieving a shotgun from someone not authorized to possess a firearm. However, when he knocked on the door, the occupant called 911 and refused to open, leading to the dispatch of officers James Feig and Kevin Winchell.
Okay, what did he say to you when he was talking to you?
I have to open the door because he's a police. I tell him I can't open the door because my husband...
Our officers on edge, Brooke. We were finally able to...
He said, you have to open the door. I tell him, I'm sorry, I can't stay with my kids. My kids start crying because they afraid. And I tell him,
Did he ever try and break the door or anything like that?
Yes, he is still knock and he say, I will stay here until evening if you don't open the door because you are liar.
Okay. Very good. There's a chance the sergeant might want to talk to you, so thank you very much. Okay, good. Thanks, Dee.
Upon Feig and Winchell's arrival, Agent Burke attempted to identify himself as a federal agent, but instead of cooperation, he was met with hostility. Despite Burke's attempts to prove his identity, the officers drew their weapons and aggressively ordered him to the ground.
Turn around, let me see your hands. Okay, let me see your hands. I need to see some ID. Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
I'm a federal agent.
917 103.
I'm a federal agent.
Get on the ground!
10-3.
I'm a federal agent.
Why wouldn't you show me your ID when I got here? Don't move forward.
Okay.
You didn't ask for it.
He is at 33.
Get on the ground. We'll figure it out.
Drive on that 10-8.
Not getting on the ground.
Well, then stay where you're at.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Fine. Why do you got to make this harder than it is?
Listen, I'm not getting on.
I have no problem making this.
I just want to see if anybody's free response as well.
You're the one who reacted.
I'm not overreacting. We got a call that someone's impersonating a police officer out here and doesn't have ID.
No kidding, because she doesn't want to open it.
Okay, get on the ground so I can find out who you are.
It ain't happening.
Okay, fine. Fine. Do you I think I'm a police officer or something? What the heck's the matter with you? Who do you think you are? Get on the ground!
I'm not getting on it.
Chopper things.
I'm not getting
91-7, I'm pulling up.
I got my ID.
Do not reach for your waist! Keep your hands up!
Dude, why would I have an O-leg shit?
Get your hands up!
During the arrest, Agent Burke repeatedly requested medical attention due to a pre-existing condition.
Left.
And we're going to put your arm behind your back.
Wait a sec.
Do not resist.
I'm not resisting.
You're acting like a moron.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't do this. Wait a second. I got a medical condition. Get my license out of my pocket.
We're getting you secured first.
Please, wait. No. Hold on. I'm hyperventilating. Please, sir. I'm not.
Stop resisting
Would you
now.
please get my ID out of my left pocket?
Stop
I'm
resisting.
begging you. My wife, please. She's right here. Please get it.
I got one cuff on. Get your
Help me up. Just hold me up. Sir, I can't do this. Sir,
Stop resisting now.
please help me. Sir, please.
Joe, get your taser out. Get your taser out. Get your taser out, Joe.
No, don't do that, please.
Don't make me tase
You're
you.
going to get tased. Put your right arm behind your back. Put your right arm behind your back. No,
Help me up.
you're going to stay on the ground and put your right arm behind your back.
Let me breathe.
You can breathe just fine.
Ow, don't do that. Okay. Here.
Get him cuffed. Get him cuffed.
It is tough.
Get him cuffed. Get him cuffed.
I'm on that
Wait a second.
Copy.
Sir, please help me up. Please.
Get this kid.
I'm a federal agent. My God, my gun.
You have no idea what you are, acting the way you are.
Sir,
Who the heck do you think you are acting like this?
somebody. I wanted you to see my goddamn credit. The lady was freaking out, for Christ's sake.
Your chopper, we're 2 minutes away.
Sir, please.
Copy.
Please.
We got him secured.
Sir.
Roll over. Sit up.
It's in my goddamn
Sit up.
shoulder, my
Sit up.
creds.
Let him sit up.
I showed her my goddamn creds, for Christ's sake. Right there, left pocket. Left. pocket, cargo pocket. Please take it
174.
out. They don't try. Guys, I get it. I fucking get it.
Well, then why would you act the way you did?
What's
the matter with
you
you?
to see my creds, for Christ's sake. My God, I'm here to fucking talk
No,
to
you're the one that's in the wrong.
Sir.
You know if you have interaction with the police, you obey commands.
Sir, I was trying to get
No, you didn't obey commands.
Sir, I'm with you guys, for Christ's sake. I'm a fucking federal agent.
Who's your supervisor? What's his name? What's your supervisor's name?
Hang on a second. The SAC is currently John McPherson, who's on his way out to retire, who will soon be rolling.
Took the mag out.
My God.
But his pleas were disregarded by the officers. He was forcibly placed in a police cruiser, enduring the use of a taser despite offering no resistance.
Why would you make us do this?
I didn't want you to. I wanted to. Wait.
No, you knew what you were doing.
Sir, calm down.
Relax.
Sir, hey, guys, please, just talk to me for 1 second, please.
Get in the car
No,
and we'll
wait.
talk later.
Sir, wait.
You had your chance.
No, I was trying to give you my creds. You didn't
No,
let me show
you
them to
never
you.
once tried.
I did.
Get in the car.
Wait.
Now!
Have a seat.
Please, wait, I gotta breathe.
Okay,
Please,
you
sir,
can-
let
you
me
can
breathe.
sit down and breathe.
Let me breathe. I have a medical condition.
We're gonna get air to you. Get
No,
your
no.
legs in. Get your
Sir.
legs in. We're closing this door.
Sir,
Get your legs in.
I need air.
Squad, roll this
Sir, please, call an ambulance. I'm asking for an
You
ambulance.
got a medic coming. Get in the car.
Sir, I don't need the medic. The taser didn't bother
You
me.
just said call an ambulance. We don't.
Yeah, now you don't want one. Get in the car.
In the car. Get all
Sir,
the way
I
in.
can't
I'll go
breathe.
around.
Wait, sir.
Yeah, if you got Dublin cars close, keep them coming.
Wait, how did
We
this
can't get them in the
happen?
car.
Okay.
You're an idiot. For crying out loud, you're a cop. You're not an ass.
No,
the heck's the
wait,
matter
I
with you?
can't. You're fucking my head up. The seatbelt's in place. Please.
Yeah, we're all about 161 in Martin. Our partner saw them.
Why would you act like this?
I didn't act anyway. Please, sir.
If you are a real police officer, you ought to be ashamed of
I
yourself.
was trying to give you my creds.
The gun's up.
Sir, I was trying to give you my creds. Sir.
After approximately an hour, Burke was released without charges, but not without sustaining physical and psychological injuries from the ordeal. Following the incident, Agent Burke filed a lawsuit against the officers, alleging excessive use of force and constitutional violations. The lawsuit highlighted the officers' failure to recognize Burke's identity as a federal agent and their disregard for his medical condition during the arrest. If you thought that was bad, this is because you didn't know about this case where a U.S. Army lieutenant was arrested by 2 officers during a traffic stop. Karen Nazario, Windsor, Virginia. December 5th, 2020, a distressing incident unfolded as U.S. Army lieutenant was subjected to a harrowing ordeal during a routine traffic stop. Driving his newly purchased Chevy Tahoe, Nazario noticed a Windsor police squad car tailing him. Concerned for his safety, he chose to reduce speed and pull over in a well-lit area, intending to comply with the officer's instructions in a safe environment.
I actually came out of Cost Plus, and I came up behind you.
I saw you before you turned.
And you had no tags displayed. I see it, but per the law, it has to be in the license plate bracket. I understand it's paper, and I understand why it's there.
Yes.
But at that time, I had no idea. I didn't know that you had a vehicle registration until I approached your car. And at that point, I was too busy dealing with you to deal with the tag. You want me to wipe your eyes? Okay. So, look, all this was going to be was, hey man, I stopped you, you didn't have a tag, you got your driver's license, I'd have ran you, and you'd have been on your way, okay? What would have been a 2-minute traffic stop turned into all this.
As I was telling him, you know, I've pulled over to well-lit areas before, and I've never looked out the window and saw a gun blazing immediately.
So the reason we did that is because we followed you for 1.5 miles with lights and sirens on, and you didn't pull over. I understand you want to get to a well-lit area, a well-lit area. I get that. But when we follow you that long, look at the climate this day, and against everybody.
However, instead of understanding Nazario's cautious approach, the officers, Joe Gutierrez and Daniel Crocker, immediately escalated the situation. Despite Nazario's attempts to understand the reason for the stop and express his fear, the officers persisted in their aggressive demands.
It would have been done and over with, and you would have got back on your car and you'd be gone by now. But you wouldn't get out the car, you wouldn't comply.
It was and just looking out the mirror and seeing your guns out already. That's what I was asking, like, what's going on? I was just...
And not to mention you have...
Just confused.
I know you weren't reaching, but not to mention you had a gun at your right leg. You get our perspective, though, on the safety issue for us as well? You get that?
Yeah, I do. And that's why I put my hands out and I was just asking, what?
And when you put your hands out, they were like this outside the window. How do we know nothing's in your hands? And I was telling you, stick your hands out, stick your hands out, stick your hands out. Then I was having you step out. You wouldn't do any of it. You following what I'm saying? Okay? So this can go one or two ways, okay? I don't want to hem you up. I'm going to be straight up with you. You're a good man. You've made lieutenant in the Army. How hard was that? That wasn't an easy task, was it?
No, it wasn't.
And what would this do to your career?
It would hurt it. And I'm in the middle of getting promoted right now anyway, so yeah.
To what, captain or first lieutenant?
To first lieutenant.
Okay. So and then when we get you out of the car, we have to wrestle with you on the ground just to get your hands behind your back, just to put you in cuffs, just for the safety matter. You following where we're at? I mean, what would you do if you came across that overseas, you know? If you were infantry and you came across that?
The encounter quickly spiraled out of control as Nazario refused to exit his vehicle, expressing his apprehension and confusion about the officer's behavior.
Better. And I keep calling you lieutenant. I told you I'm a veteran. I respect rank. Okay, I was a corporal in the Marine Corps. I respect rank. However, I do have a job to do. Okay, I just talked to my chief of police. You asked for a superior. He's off obviously right now. Saturday. I called him. He came out. Talked. Here's how that's what I was thinking. I told him what I wanted to do. He said that's no problem. Two ways we can handle this. We can either sit here with you until you get your eyes back where you can see, and I mean at a good distance, you're safe to drive, okay? And you're going down the road. Go do your deployment, go continue serving my country, which I respect and I thank you for, okay? Or we can push the issue, write you tickets for no license plate displayed and for obstruction of justice. I don't think we need to go that route because that route makes the Army get involved, and I know how they are. You don't know this. The Army, he'll vouch for it because he's been in and he's got friends that are legal officers. I know. The military is the only place where the military is the only place where double jeopardy exists legally.
The situation descended into chaos, with Nazario repeatedly asserting his status as a serving member of the military and questioning the officer's actions. Despite Nazario's calm demeanor and attempts to de-escalate the situation, the officers continued to use force and aggression.
It doesn't change my life one way or the way, because you see what I'm saying? It's not about me. This is about you, what you want to do. If you want to just chill, let this go, and no charges filed, we'll take the handcuffs off, we'll get you a bottle of water you can drink on, and sit here until you feel comfortable driving. All right? Mm-hmm. Or the other option is we write the summons, discharge you, by then we have no choice. We have to notify your command. And again, I don't have to be an ass. I don't have to be threatening. I say that because that's just the way it is. Okay? I've just talked to my boss. Those are the two choices that he gave me. Personally, as a veteran who served, okay, I did 6 years in the Corps. My wife's a retired sailor. She retired as a E8 out of the Navy. Okay? I don't want to see you get jammed up by the Army.
Both officers faced charges of assault, battery, false imprisonment, and illegal search. Nazario subsequently filed a federal lawsuit against the officers, seeking justice for the unjust treatment he endured during the traffic stop. If you thought that case was surprising, it's because you haven't heard of this case. Hatton, Florida, December 20th, 2019. A disturbing incident unfolded as FBI Special Agent Hatton found himself at odds with law enforcement officers during an undercover investigation into police corruption within the Franklin County Police Department.
I do, but I don't understand what the problem is with you meeting me at the office.
I'll talk to the U.S. Attorney's Office about it. You can cut off the recording device now.
Okay, well, I will when I leave the area, sir. Hey, TJ, this guy is telling me to turn my body camera off and telling me he's going to contact other people to get involved with this.
However, Deputy Gordon grew suspicious of Agent Hatton's intentions, questioning why he had contacted him directly instead of going through official channels. Despite Agent Hatton's attempts to explain his credentials and the nature of the meeting, Deputy Gordon remained skeptical.
Hey, you are detained at this time, sir. 33 Franklin. I got one Whiskey Mike detained at this time. 17's on the way. Hey, I don't think this guy's legit, man.
Take my weapon off, okay?
26 Franklin.
I'm not going to put you in cuffs.
Putting the narrative for this call. That
Where's it
subject
at?
he's got detained.
Okay.
I've got my
Claiming
weapon
to be
on
a
my
federal
right.
agent.
You do got, is it on, do I have permission to take it off?
No, you don't have permission.
Okay, just hang tight right here. I'm not cuffing you. I'm not cuffing you. But you're being very uncooperative with me. You asked me to come up here. You called my personal cell phone number. You can't tell me how you got it. Your vehicle's coming back to a wiring company, not the
It's
FBI.
a covert vehicle.
Okay. You
Would
get
you
mad.
like to see some registration?
You get mad at me because I turned my body camera on.
Would you like to see some registration?
And you know a lot of stuff about me.
Would you like to see the registration, sir?
I don't really want anything from you at this point. My supervisor's on the way.
Excellent. You have identification? I surely do. I showed it to him.
Despite Agent Hatton's efforts to provide his credentials and clarify the situation, Deputy Gordon persisted in his suspicion, ultimately deciding to detain the agent.
I do hear something coming back now. That 28 is going to be his 28 from earlier. Lima, Kilo, Sierra, Tango, 5-7.
Be advised that comes back to Advanced Wiring Company out of Jacksonville.
I believe I need to have a supervisor.
10-4. He's saying that this is coming back to that because it's a covert vehicle.
The interaction took a turn for the worse as Agent Hatton found himself confined in the back of a patrol car without adequate ventilation on a hot Florida day. Despite his pleas for air and discomfort, the officers initially disregarded his requests, exacerbating the already tense situation.
He didn't tell me not to. He told me that you needed to set this up through the officer, and you refused to do that and acted like it was a problem.
I said I'd have the U.S. Attorney's Office contact you.
Right.
53 out at R.
10-4.
607 Franklin. Will you check to see if that 29 on Shelley Wilson showed up yet from state probation?
You
said 17 still?
Yeah. 26. I'm attempting to send that now.
Even after receiving confirmation of Agent Hatton's identity as an FBI agent, the officers hesitated to release him, engaging in unnecessary conversation instead. It was only after further insistence from Agent Hatton and the arrival of medical personnel that he was finally allowed to exit the vehicle.
I told him that you were here to investigate me about an issue, and he said this needed to be handled through the office, not on the side of the road. And you said that wasn't going to happen. You were going to contact somebody else.
I was going to contact the U.S. Attorney's Office. That's correct. Yeah.
And then we're just trying to check your validity. You called a deputy sheriff's personal cell phone. You can't tell me how you got the number.
That's right.
Your tag's not coming back to the FBI.
Correct.
Okay. I haven't seen a badge. I've seen an ID card. I haven't seen a badge.
You have not seen?
No, sir. I haven't seen a badge. I've seen an ID card.
I handed this to you. Did you grab it? Take it out of my hand. Do you not see a badge?
I see a badge now. That's the first time I saw the badge, sir.
You don't need to be a deputy.
The incident drew attention to issues of ego and distrust within law enforcement, highlighting how misunderstandings and suspicions can escalate quickly, leading to unnecessary confrontations and mistreatment. Despite Agent Hatton's status as a fellow law enforcer and his attempts to cooperate, he was subjected to skepticism and disrespect from the officers involved.
And
you pulled over to get you guys? You guys pulled them over?
yeah, it's a long story. So he called me on my phone to meet with me about a matter. And he was questioning me on a ticket that I wrote. Said he worked for another agency, which turns out to be legit, but at the time, we didn't know. So,
in the aftermath of the incident, both the FBI and local law enforcement agencies pledged to improve communication and collaboration, acknowledging the need for better training and understanding between agencies. However, the incident served as a sobering reminder of the challenges and complexities involved in conducting undercover operations and navigating interactions between different branches of law enforcement. Ultimately, while Agent Hatton did not sustain any significant injuries, the incident underscored the importance of professionalism, communication, and respect within law enforcement. It also raised questions about the handling of undercover operations and the treatment of fellow officers in potentially sensitive situations. That's all for this video. We hope you have enjoyed this video a lot. Have you encountered similar incidents where misunderstandings led to unfortunate outcomes? Let us know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon for more interesting videos like this. Thank you for watching our video.